Hey, what's going on, guys? Well, I have another video for all you gearheads out there, and especially you pen buffs, anyone who can appreciate a fine writing instrument. More specifically, all the Fisher Space Pen fans, and including all the people who wanted a Fisher Space Pen, but didn't really want to spend the money on it. If you're not familiar, Fisher Space Pens are very popular because they went up in space. They use a special pressurized ink cartridge, which allows them to write at any angle. They're also easier to write on paper that's wet and so forth. They have a lot of advantages, and they're a good, smooth writing pen. I believe the first time they were used, NASA tested them for like 2 years, way back in the day. I think it was Apollo 7, which was like in the late 60s, maybe 68, 69, something like that. And they literally went up in space because it was a better option, you know? So anyway, yeah, Fisher Space Pen, I'll tell you about that. Anyone who's watching this video is probably a gearhead, and you know exactly what I'm talking about with Fisher Space Pens. But what you don't know is the $1 version of the Fisher Space Pen. That is right. I recently saw these at the Dollar Tree, and I bought two of them. Anti-gravity pen, $1 each. How about that? $1 each. I saw these on a like a strip. You know, like sometimes they'll put, you know, products. I forget the technical term. I used to work in retail a long time ago, but I don't remember what they're called. But it's like a, you know, strip of products, and they kind of go anywhere in the store. So there's no specific spot for them. These happen to be by the register. It was like a little island right before the registers. As far as you finding them in your Dollar Tree or, you know, dollar stores, it's really kind of a crapshoot. The point here is to definitely go check, and more specifically Dollar Tree. I'm not sure if other dollar stores carry these or not, but it's the only place I've seen them. So I happened to get online, and it was a long line, and I'm sitting there waiting, and I saw these pens, and I saw anti-gravity. I'm like, no way, are they trying to pull off a Fisher Space Pen for $1? So I had to get them. I got two different ones just because there's two different designs. This one's still brand new. I didn't use this one yet. But this is the black version. Looks like a different design altogether. I like this one quite a bit, actually. You know, the overall design. So, you know, twist it to open it, and then you twist the other way to get into your cartridge, which I'll show you in just a second. But yeah, pretty cool. I've been using this one for a little while now. I like the design overall. See, it gets kind of fat towards the tip here. It's very comfortable to write with. Very lightweight, you know, thin aluminum, you know, shell here, I guess. Definitely lighter than an actual Fisher Space Pen. And I should clarify that although I've used multiple different Fisher Space Pens in the past, I'm most familiar with the Bullet. The Bullet happens to be, you know, my favorite because it's very compact. I've literally had probably 10 of them in my lifetime. I still do keep one in my car. You know, with my Write in the Rain pad. You know, it's a very good combination, obviously, those two things. You can take notes anywhere, in any condition, which is very cool. But yeah, so just turn that to expose the tip of your insert, write whatever you want, you know, just it writes really well. I'm actually very surprised. Now, I did do testing. This will write upside down consistently. All right, my biggest thing with this was I thought that it would be a cheap version and it would not function the same. All right, I'm blabbing too much. Let's take this apart. I want to show you the ink cartridge and talk about it a little bit, because that's the business of the pen. This is the performance, right? That's for ergonomics and looks and stuff, but this is the performance. This is your edge on your knife. Doesn't matter what kind of materials the handle is made of, doesn't matter how big it is. If it's not sharp, you don't want it, right? Just like your pen. If the ink cartridge is not quality, it's not going to perform. So it is a pressurized ink cartridge. It is not branded anywhere. As I spin this, you can see there's no markings or anything like that. But if you're not familiar, just like the Fisher Space Pen inserts, there's air, okay, inside the cartridge that's pushing against the ink, okay, so it's pressurized. That's what allows this to write at any angle, including upside down, okay, because the ink flow is still towards the tip in any direction, all right? A traditional pen, the vast majority of pens use gravity for the ink to flow out of the pen, okay? So we're holding it down like this, right? And we're drawing and writing and whatever, and gravity is bringing that ink down. If you had to write on an angle, you know, gravity's not forcing that to the tip anymore, especially on an upward angle. Now gravity pulls the ink away from the tip towards the back of the ink cartridge. Okay, so having it pressurized allows it to write at any angle. You can write in zero gravity, hence, you know, its origins of the, you know, being a space pen, you know, that cool thing. Plus you have the advantage of this writing on wet surfaces. A Fisher Space Pen or this, any kind of pressurized ink cartridge pen, in addition to like a Write in the Rain pad, is the perfect combination. Like I said, you can literally write anywhere in any condition. So yeah, this is really cool. This really does have the same performance as the Fisher Space Pens from my experience, with one exception. It's not quite as smooth. And what I mean is that, obviously this is not a smooth surface, but if I were to write on a smooth surface here, hello, the flow is not quite, it's not bad at all, but like a Fisher Space Pen is very smooth writing, and this just has, I wouldn't even call it a grit, it's just a little bit different. So maybe the quality of, you know, writing feel, I don't even know how you describe that, is ever so slightly less, but come on, you're talking about $1. You can get a deal on a Fisher Space Pen. If you get you could probably get a bullet for about 15 bucks on sale somewhere. Most places you're going to spend 20. A lot of their other pens you're going to spend 30. Okay, so I would say Fisher Space Pens, $20 to $30 range, generally speaking, for, you know, a majority of their models. This is $1. Okay, you can get 15 or 20 of these for the price of one Fisher Space Pen. So that being said, I'm not suggesting you don't buy Fisher Space Pens. I am a huge fan of them, and if you can, you know, save $20, or if you have the availability of $20 for a pen, please do buy them. You're missing out if you don't have one. They're awesome. But if you already have one and you want more beater pens, I guess if you can call this that, you know, people who have their $100 knife they love, you know, a little bit weary about using it in the mud and the grit and the dirt and getting packing tape glue all over it, they have beater knives. You know, this is the equivalent. This is your Fisher Space Pen beater pen. Okay, I'm very impressed with these. I like that there's two different designs. That makes me think that there's more designs out there. They had a bunch on the they had like 5 or 6 of the strips of these packages. You know, they're like this on a shelf, staggered, you know, boom 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 all the way down, but they only had 2 designs at the Dollar Tree that I went to. And this one is in Dixon City, Pennsylvania. Okay, so if you happen to live close to there, check out that Dollar Tree. That's where I got these. They're probably still there. But yeah, I really love them. It's cool. So I definitely wanted to point these out to you guys and show you that they exist so you can check out your dollar stores. I would recommend calling first. A lot of times when I'm thinking, hey, does this store sell this? Instead of wasting gas, especially where I live, everything's far. If you live in a city, it may not be a big deal to you. You could probably walk to half the stores or ride your bike or something. But for me, you know, to save on money and gas, I'll call. You know, if I'm going to a store specifically for one thing, like you're watching this video and you're thinking, yeah, I want that dollar pen. That sounds awesome. But don't waste gas going to try to find it. You know, use your telephone. You can hop on Google. You know, most of you guys don't use phone books anymore, but you can get the number, you know, for a 2-second search on Google and call that store and see if they have them before you waste, you know, gas and time and money and stuff. But definitely worth picking up. Very impressed. The best dollar pen you're probably ever going to find. So yeah, just want to throw that your way so you guys know all about it now. So that being said, I got these. I got 2 of them just to get the different designs to test them out, hoping that they were okay. And I wasn't sure if this video review was going to be like, yeah, these are awesome, or hey, stay away from these even though they're only $1, they suck. It turned out to be, you know, the first statement where these things really are awesome. Buy them while they're still there. Dollar stores tend to not have certain products very long. They'll get a big lot of these things from China or somewhere, or Taiwan, and once they sell out, they sell out. You know what I mean? So get them while you can, but they are definitely worth it. In fact, the next time I do travel out there, because I don't, again, living so far from everything, I don't go to the store for one thing usually. I'll go for multiple things. So I'll make my trips count so my gas isn't wasted. So next time I happen to be in that area for general shopping, I will pick up probably, you know, 10 or 15 of these things. You know, for the money, you can't beat them. So I will definitely load up on these. Instead of having a bunch of little Bic pens, I will have these instead. So very cool. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have an awesome day, and I'll see you soon. Take care.